Good morning, everyone. Good Sunday morning. And it's a beautiful Sunday morning here in Sacramento. You know, I complain a lot about Sacramento, but I can't complain about the weather these last few days. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm back from my walk, got my coffee, and I want to talk about thrusting forth and withdrawing. We Frenchmen, we love talking about thrusting forth and withdrawing. Uh, Actually, here's the quote. I'm going to sort of uh, set the stage for the theme of my talk this morning. Actually, my talk's going to be something I'm going to share from Crowley. But anyway, lo, 22 are the paths of the tree. Okay, I'll digress for a second. And see all those tarot cards spread on those paths of the tree? Well, there's 22 of them. Okay. And there's 22 of them. And there is like a serpent is seen to crawl up the tree. And as it slithers in order all the way around the tree, going all the way up, touching all of those sephira coming down from the lowest all the way up to the top where its head just hangs down over on Aleph number one. So those are the 22 paths of the tree. And the ascent up the tree along those paths is called the Serpent of Wisdom. Okay. While we're here, and the Sephiroth are 10. The bubbles there, the circles, there are 10 of them going from the top to the bottom. And they descend, their influence descends down the tree of life like a lightning flash. And that's called the sword. Lightning flash, the sword. Okay. Keeping that in mind. Lo, 22 are the paths of the tree, but one is the serpent of wisdom. Okay, so there's 22 paths, but there's only one serpent of wisdom. And 10 are the ineffable emanations, but one is the flaming sword. Now we can wrap our meat brains around that. That's a package. They come in two packages, okay? A snake package and a sword package. Behold, there is an end to life and death, an end to the thrusting forth and withdrawing of the breath. Yea, the house of the Father is a mighty tomb, and in it he hath buried everything whereof ye know. Okay, that as an appetizer. I'm going to share with you Crowley's Liber 5. Now, it's not one of the 13 holy books. Okay, it's not a Class A document. He wrote it himself. It's a Class D document, AA, but it is in 21 numbered verses, preceded by 3 zero kind of verses. So it's intimating the 3 veils of the negative and the 22 paths. Okay. But let's not get our ruach too involved in this. Just sort of listen to what it has to say, because it is Crowley's, I guess we would say, ideal, fanciful version of how the magician, getting ready to perform the invocation of the Holy Guardian Angel, would set up his equipment, would set up his environment, would set up his temple, would arrange his tools and stuff. And it's Crowley's idealized version of, okay, how would a modern Thelemic magician go about doing the Abramelin operation? That lengthy Abramelin operation of the sacred magic of Abramelin the mage, Abraham the Jew's classic work, 18-month ceremony where the magician withdraws himself or herself, and increasingly, day by day, works himself into a nervous breakdown. But a very good nervous breakdown. Okay, a nervous breakdown intended through a devotional practice. Okay, pure love. Okay, to trigger a love feedback with the Holy Guardian Angel. Now, to the European mind in the 14th century, 14th, 15th, 16th century, the normal sort of European temperament literally had to trick yourself into that kind of emotional breakthrough. I mean, there were other cultures around the world that were more spiritually romantic, okay? But they really had to use the heavy ordnance to blast through the tight-assed European psyche. But anyway, but I digress. Here it is. It's Liber 8. The 3-0 verse says, "The light is come into the darkness, and the darkness is made light. Then is light married with light, and the child of their love is that other darkness, wherein they abide and have lost name and form. Therefore did I kindle him that hath not understanding, and in the book of the law did I write the secrets of truth that are like unto a star, and a snake, and a sword." That was the 000. Here's the 000. "And unto him that understandeth at last." Now, understandeth is that second, is that third sephira on the tree of life. Binah is called understanding. Okay, so Chokmah is called wisdom. Okay. But I digress. I'll try not to digress too much, because this flows very well into each other. "And unto him that understandeth at last do I deliver the secrets of truth in such wise that the least of the little children of the light may run to the knees of the mother and be brought to understand." And here's the single 0. And in a sense, 0 through 21, it will be what's going to follow here, just like the paths on the tree of life. And thus shall he do who will attain unto the mystery of the knowledge and conversation of his holy guardian angel. First, let him prepare a chamber, of which the walls and the roof shall be white, and the floor shall be covered with a carpet of black squares and white, and the border thereof shall be blue and gold. And if it be in a town, the room shall have no window, and if it be in the country, then it is better if the window be in the roof. Or if it be possible, let this invocation be performed in a temple prepared for the ritual of the passing of the Tuat. Tuat. Now, an example of that would be Crowley's Liber Cadaverus, which is the AA ritual. There's a boat, and you get in the boat, and you go. You got to have at least a pond to do this thing, and you go from pylon to pylon, your road from pylon to pylon, and it's founded on the multiple pylons, multiple gateways of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. Okay. Or if it be possible, let this invocation be performed in a temple prepared for the ritual of the passing of the Tuat. From the roof he shall hang a lamp, wherein is a red glass to burn olive oil, and this lamp shall be cleansed and made ready after the prayer of sunset. And beneath the lamp shall be an altar, 4 square, and the height shall be thrice half of the breadth, or double the breadth. And upon the altar shall be a censer, hemispherical, supported upon 3 legs of silver, and within it an hemisphere of copper, and upon the top a grating of gilded silver. And thereupon shall he burn incense, made of 4 parts olibanum, frankincense, and 2 parts of stacte, and 1 part of lingam aloes, or of cedar, or of sandal. And this is enough. And he shall also keep ready in a flask of crystal within the altar holy anointing oil, made of myrrh and cinnamon and galangal. And even if he be of higher rank than probationer, he shall yet wear the robe of a probationer. For the star of the flame, or pentagram, showeth forth Rahur Kuit openly upon the breast, and secretly, or in the back, a blue triangle that descendeth is Nuit, and the red triangle that ascendeth is Hadit. So there's a hexagram on the back, okay, with the blue triangle pointing down, red triangle pointing up. And I am the golden Tau in the midst of their marriage. So in the middle of that hexagram is a golden T, right? Golden Tau. Also, if he choose, he may instead wear a close-fitting robe of shot silk, purple and green, and upon it a cloak without sleeves of bright blue covered with golden sequins and scarlet. within. And he shall make himself a wand of almond wood, or of hazel, cut by his own hands at dawn at the equinox, or the solstice, or on the day of Corpus Christi, or on one of the feast days that are appointed in the book of the law. And he shall engrave with his own hand upon a plate of gold the holy sevenfold table. That's the Enochian lettered table. Or the holy 12-fold table. That would be the table that is found in the center of the holy table in the Enochian system. Or some particular device. And it shall be foursquare within a circle, and the circle shall be winged, and he shall attach it about his forehead by a ribbon of blue silk. Moreover, he shall wear a fillet of laurel, or rose, or ivy, or rue, and every day after sunrise, after the prayer of sunrise, he shall burn it on the fire of the censer. You got to keep making those things, okay? Now, he shall pray thrice daily about sunset, and at midnight, and at sunrise. And if he be able, he shall pray also 4 times between sunrise and sunset. The prayer shall last for a space of an hour at the least, and he shall seek ever to extend it and to inflame himself in praying. Thus shall he invoke his holy guardian angel for 11 weeks. And in any case, he shall pray 7 times daily during the last week of the 11 weeks. And during all this time, he shall have composed an invocation suitable with such wisdom and understanding that shall be given him from the crown. Okay, wisdom, number 2, understanding, number 3, the crown, number 1. In other words, wisdom and understanding coming from above the abyss in the supernal triad. That's the inspiration that should be triggering this invocation that you're writing. But I digress. And during this time he shall have composed an invocation suitable with such wisdom and understanding as may given him from the crown. And this shall he write in letters of gold upon the top of the altar. For the top of the altar shall be of white wood, blanche du bois. I'm sorry, I slipped into Tennessee Williams here. For the top of the altar shall be of white wood, well polished, and in the center thereof he shall have placed a triangle of oak wood, painted with scarlet, and upon this triangle the 3 legs of the censer shall stand. Moreover, he shall copy his invocation upon a sheet of pure white vellum with Indian ink, and he shall illuminate it according to his fancy and imagination, that shall be informed by beauty. And on the first day of the 12th week, he shall enter the chamber at sunrise, and he shall make his prayer, having first burned the conjuration that he had made upon the vellum in the fire of the lamp. In other words, that invocation, that precious, beautiful, handmade invocation, the words of which had been inspired from the crown, goes up as incense smoke to the heavens. and he sets fire to it in the fire of the lamp, which is hanging over. The lamp is the spirit weapon. I'll repeat that. On the first day of the 12th week, he shall enter the chamber at sunrise, and he shall make his prayer, having first burned the conjuration that he had made upon the vellum in the fire of the lamp. Then, at his prayer, shall the chamber be filled with a light unsufferable for splendor, and a perfume intolerable for sweetness. And his holy guardian angel shall appear unto him. Yea, his holy guardian angel shall appear unto him, so that he shall be rapt away into the mystery of holiness. All that day he shall remain in the enjoyment of the knowledge and conversation of the holy guardian angel. And for 3 days after he shall remain from sunrise unto sunset in the temple. And he shall obey the counsel that his angel shall have given unto him, and he shall suffer those things that are appointed. And for 10 days thereafter he shall withdraw himself, as shall have been taught unto him, from the fullness of that communion. For he must harmonize the world that is within with the world that is without. So in other words, got 10 days to kind of snap out of it. And in the end of the 91 days, 91, the word Amen. Okay. And at the end of 91 days, he shall return unto the world, and there shall he perform that work to which the angel shall have appointed him. And more than this it is not necessary to say, for the angel shall have entreated him kindly, and shown him in what manner he may be most perfectly invoked. And unto him that hath this master, and unto him that hath this master, there is nothing else that he needeth, so long as he continue in the knowledge and conversation of the angel. And so that he shall come at last unto the city of the pyramids. Okay, that's number 3 on the supernal triad across the abyss. And so that he shall come at last unto the city of the pyramids. And the last 2 sentences are, Lo, 22 are the paths of the tree, but one is the serpent of wisdom. 10 are the ineffable emanations, but one is the flaming sword. Behold, there is an end to life and death, an end to that thrusting forth and withdrawing the breath. Yea, the house of the Father is a mighty tomb, and in it he hath buried everything whereof ye know. And that's taken from the commentaries of the holy books. But as I said, Liber 8 is Class D and not officially a holy book. And Crowley doesn't leave us a comment on that because it's, I don't know, it's pretty straightforward. But the idea being, now, are you supposed to do that? Are you supposed to buy all that shit or build all that shit? Well, it'd be great if you did. But the idea is it shows a formula, Okay. And when they talk about the silver and copper and things like that, those are planetary metals and things. So there are explicit, highly esoteric, alchemical little comments within all of that. And of course, you can just get your ruach involved, get your meat brain involved to analyze all of that shit. But the whole idea is to escape out of that ruach thing or overcome that ruach thing, rise above that ruach thing by kind of watching it, absorbing it like a cartoon. So you get the real message through the metaphor of the description of the Abramelin operation, or of Liber Samic, or of Liber 8. Understanding it, programming yourself, if you will, with the formula that you see being laid out for you in the descriptions of these rituals, because it's the formula. And in your own life, in your own magical career, in your own invocation and knowledge and conversation of your holy guardian angel, it's going to come probably not in that room in your house with the window in the but ultimately in the real room of the real in the real house with the real window in the ceiling. It will happen. It'll happen exactly as advertised, but in a way that you would have never guessed. And that's the Sunday school lesson for today. We'll see you tomorrow for the order of Monday morning. Until then, continue to be good to yourself and be good to each other. Do what thou wilt shall be the whole of the law. Love is the law. Love under will. Happy Father's Day for all of those of you who may have had a father or may have my father. I'm going to digress here. Clifford E. DuQuette, C.E. DuQuette, he called himself. He died when he was 62, and far too early. But I loved him dearly, and I've gotten into. He was a Scorpio, so you think you know his past and everything else. But he kept secrets. He loved keeping. He kept from me anyway, and my brother, the fact that he'd been married twice before. I've had to go to Ancestry.com, and every once in a while I said, "Oh, we found your father's first wife." Oh, we found your father's second wife, and her name was this and that. But anyway, happy Father's Day, everyone, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.